I'm staring at my phone right now, hands trembling as I read the message that just shattered my world into pieces. I know what you're doing with David. I'm telling Matt tomorrow. My sister-in-law just caught us. In exactly 24 hours, my husband will know the truth that for the past year, I've been sleeping with his brother. That every business trip he took, every moment he spent securing our luxurious future, I was falling deeper and deeper into the arms of another man. My perfectly crafted life, built on appearances, expectations, and well-placed lies, is about to explode into a million unfixable shards. And yet, as I sit here, wrapped in the silk sheets of our Dubai penthouse, surrounded by all the luxury my husband's money could buy, I don't feel panic. I don't feel guilt. I don't even feel fear. I feel relief. Pure, intoxicating relief. Because I'm finally done pretending. Done being the perfect wife waiting faithfully at home while my husband chases millions across the Middle East. Done denying the truth that has been clawing at my insides for months. I have fallen maddeningly, catastrophically in love with the wrong brother. This isn't a story about redemption. I'm not here to justify myself. I don't expect forgiveness, and I sure as hell don't want your pity. This is the story of how I burned down my marriage, tore apart a family, and found the kind of love that makes you risk everything, every comfort, every vow, every certainty, for just one more taste of its fire. Let me take you back to where it all began. 2 years ago, I was Susan Cole, the enviable American trophy wife living in Dubai's exclusive Marina district. I had everything. A penthouse with floor-to-ceiling views of the Persian Gulf, a closet filled with Chanel and Dior, a lifestyle most women would kill for. My husband, Matt, was my high school sweetheart turned corporate mogul. He had just landed a multi-million-dollar oil contract that would keep him traveling between Saudi Arabia and Kuwait. Just a few years, he said, pressing a distracted kiss to my forehead. This is our future, Susan. Be patient. Patient. That word became my prison. I was patient through missed anniversaries. Patient through cold beds and colder video calls. Patient as my 25-year-old body ached for touch, for passion, for connection. For anything more than a lifeless, one-dimensional FaceTime relationship with a man who no longer saw me. I cried in the shower so the water could mask my sobs. I talked to houseplants just to hear a voice in our echoing apartment. I watched other couples walking hand in hand along the marina, whispering to each other over candlelit dinners, and felt something inside me wither and die. Then David arrived. David, Matt's younger brother. The family disappointment. The black sheep. The artist. The rebel. The one the Coles tried to forget, to bury under corporate expectations and success stories. He showed up at my door one night, camera bag slung over his shoulder, that damned crooked smile on his face. "Hey, Susie," he said, his voice lazy, knowing. My childhood nickname rolled off his tongue like honey. Got an exhibition at the Dubai Art Gallery. Need a place to crash for a few weeks. I should have said no. Should have made up an excuse. Should have remembered my vows. Instead, I opened the door wider. What followed was a descent into beautiful madness. At first, it was innocent, late-night conversations on the balcony, sharing bottles of wine under Arabian stars, laughing in ways I hadn't laughed in years. He listened when I talked about my abandoned dreams of opening a dance studio. Really listened, with those intense eyes that saw straight through the perfect, polished mask I had spent years constructing. The first touch was innocent. His hand brushing mine as he passed me a coffee cup. But that single, electric point of contact sent heat rolling through my veins, waking up nerve endings I had long since numbed. The breaking point came one night after another missed call from Matt. I was in the kitchen, sobbing over my phone, when David found me. He didn't speak. Just wrapped his arms around me And for the first time in 2 years, I felt something other than loneliness. When he kissed me, it wasn't just a kiss. It was an unraveling. Every romantic cliché suddenly made sense. Fireworks, butterflies, time stopping. My body came alive under his touch, like a desert finally touched by rain. What followed was more than an affair. David didn't just want my body, he wanted my soul. He saw me. Really saw me. Noticed when I changed my hair, remembered how I took my coffee, left little notes under my pillow just to make me smile. Then came the call that changed everything. Matt, thrilled about extending his contract. 5 more years in Saudi Arabia. 5 more years of neglect. 5 more years of pretending. That night, as I lay in David's arms, my tears weren't of sadness. They were of freedom. 2 weeks later, we did the unthinkable. We packed essentials, emptied our accounts, and bought one-way tickets to Singapore. No goodbyes. No explanations. Just 2 people choosing passion over propriety, love over obligation. David had photography contacts here. Within days, we had an apartment, new identities, even a small chapel willing to marry us, though legally, I'm still Mrs. Matt Cole. So now you understand why this message, this threat of exposure, doesn't feel like destruction. It feels like liberation. Tomorrow, Matt will know. The respectable Mrs. Cole will be unmasked as the adulteress who ran away with her husband's brother. But here's my truth, the truth I refuse to be ashamed of. Sometimes the biggest mistakes lead us to our greatest truths. Sometimes the wrong choice is the only choice. Sometimes love is worth losing everything for. Yes, I betrayed my vows. Yes, I shattered my marriage. Yes, I destroyed a family. And no, I don't regret a single moment of it. Because for the first time in years, I am truly unapologetically alive.